So here we are. This is the first car event of the season here in Virginia, in Northern Virginia. This is the Alexandria Cars and Coffee. It happens at this location twice a month. This is Alexandria Cars and Coffee in Bellhaven. There's also another Alexandria Cars and Coffee that happens on alternate weekends. The thing that's great about this one, it doesn't start until 10 a.m., so it's 10 to 12, so we can sleep late on the weekends. The other one starts at 8 o'clock, so I'll try that at some point. There's also a fantastic Cars and Coffee that happens every Saturday in Great Falls, Virginia, and that's one of the best. There are hundreds of cars, all kinds of great cars, exotics, muscle cars, rare cars, and that's a fantastic car show. I will definitely be going to that. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and like this video. It helps. So now let's look at some of the great cars that are here today.
Well, we'll start off with this beautiful 2015 Dodge Challenger Hellcat with the 6.2 liter, 707 horsepower supercharged V8. Yeah, this is my car. So I figured we'd start with that. So this is a real cool car. Car people will know what it is. If you're not a car person, maybe not. This is a Detomaso Pantera. Some people call it a Ford Pantera because it has a Ford V8, powered by a Ford V8 mid-engine. These were sold between 1971 and 1975. Believe it or not, at Lincoln Mercury dealers. Again, a cool exotic with an American V8 engine. This, of course, is a Cobra, super cool. And then we have a line of Corvettes. A whole bunch of Corvettes showing up from, that's a nice 427, I think a 67. And we've got some newer Corvettes, the newest Corvette, and one that's a little older. But again, all in great shape, all super fun to drive. This car that just pulled in is beautiful. It's a 67 Camaro, but as you can see, that is not the stock 67 engine. I think it's an LS3. I love these kind of resto mods where it's the old body with totally new components, so it drives like a new car. It's got four-wheel disc brakes, new suspension, modern suspension. So you're like driving a new car, even though it's a 67 body. The interior also, which you'll see in a second, also super new, new gauges and so forth. But again, this is just a beautiful car. So well done. So well done.
Yeah, pretty much normal.
I wanted to come and get a closer look at this Cobra. These Cobras are just timeless classics. They are just so beautiful. and they're so much fun to drive. And I don't know if this isn't an original AC Cobra. The first Cobras had a 289 engine, and then they later came with bigger engines like the Cobra Jet engine. I don't know if it's a 427, 428, or 429 Cobra Jet, but this is, undoubtedly a reproduction. So many of them are. Here, of course, as you can see, we have a line of Porsches. I've been here before, and there were many more, but hey, at least we had some showing up. Great cars. As a Mopar guy, I, of course, am partial to Mopars. Here's a 1956 Chrysler New Yorker. It's in really nice shape. And the gentleman who owns this, I was talking to him, and his neighbor had a 56 and a 57, and he couldn't keep them both. So he bought this from his neighbor, and the neighbor was really glad to sell it to him because it was keeping the car in the neighborhood. This car had one of the first Hemi V8s. It's a small V8. I forget the cubic inch, in the neighborhood of 350 something, I think. But in any event, it is a Hemi.
Yeah.
And again, this was in really nice shape.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
I miss those classic Chrysler startups.
Yeah.
This is one of the first mass-produced vehicles in the world. It was basically Henry Ford that invented the assembly line, and this is a Model T Ford, and they made various types of Model Ts, passenger cars. This was kind of like a little Model T pickup truck. I earlier had a conversation with the gentleman that owns this car, and I wish I had it on tape because he was talking about where he found this. It was like a Model T junkyard, and when ones come in that are restorable, they sell them to be restored, and that's what he did. He bought this.
Don't put it on eBay.
That's a beauty.
Thank you.
That must be fun to drive.
It's yeah. It was fun to learn to drive.